Hey everyone, it's Mike. I review nootropics, and during this video I'm going to share with you my thoughts on the two most popular nootropic blends out there in this growing nootropic industry. The first being Alpha Brain and the second product being Qualia Mind. And then you can decide what's best for you. If you're unfamiliar with these products, what they've done is they've designed a formula which already encapsulates a number of the most effective nootropics into one pill or several pills in order to use to get the benefits as far as focus, memory, mood, and being more productive. As shown on the Onnit website, the benefits are that it supports memory, promotes focus, helps with mental processing, being in flow state, and then they do advertise the fact that it's caffeine free, whereas Qualia Mind, the original formula, is not caffeine free. However, they do have the caffeine free variation. Looking at Qualia Mind on their website, it says more focus, more drive. It's one of the most advanced products for mental performance, and it's going to help with long-term brain health. A big difference you can say between both brands and both products is the people behind it. Looking at Alpha Brain, we have Joe Rogan, who's obviously doing a lot of promotion behind it. There was a big YouTube video released about this product, which did give it a lot of hype and had a lot of purchases coming in, whereas Qualia Mind seems to be more backed by researchers, PhDs, and it makes sense because Alpha Brain is roughly 10 ingredients, whereas Qualia Mind, we're looking at over 25 ingredients. When you're combining that many ingredients, there could be negative interactions. You have to as well keep in mind the fact that many of the people who are consuming this nootropic blend are already taking prescription medication. And when you're taking prescription medication, you have to be especially mindful of anything that you're ingesting. Comparing both products as well as their brand, Onnit pretty much just has Alpha Brain and Alpha Brain Instant, whereas Qualia Mind, like I mentioned earlier, they have the caffeine-free version, and they have a product called Qualia Mind Essentials, which is Qualia Mind on a budget, just slightly less ingredients, and it's at a lower cost. And then they've got some other ingredients designed around things like sleep, anti-aging, and so forth. However, during this video, we're going to specifically talk about Alpha Brain and Qualia Mind, the original formula. If you are familiar with both products, then you would definitely agree that Qualia Mind is a better nootropic blend. It has more ingredients, it's more effective, the dosages are good. Looking at Alpha Brain, why is it so popular? Probably because it was one of the first really good nootropic blends that came to the market back, you can say, in around 2015. But now Qualia Mind and even other nootropic blends like Mind Lab Pro have become a lot more popular. If you are new to nootropics, the good news is that both of these blends are really good. You should feel something. They should really improve your focus, and you don't have to have concern about making your own stack and mixing the wrong things. They've already done that for you. So don't get me wrong, it is still a quality product. A lot of people report feeling slightly better memory and increased alertness. It's just that it's not going to do everything that Qualia Mind does. In looking at it though, it makes sense. You get what you pay for at the end of the day. Breaking down the cost per serving, please don't quote me on this because prices can change, but as of right now, the cost per serving for Qualia Mind is $4.28 US, whereas the cost of taking Alpha Brain is only $1.70 per serving. And the way they say to take it, with Qualia Mind, you actually need to take a break. The bottle actually says 5 days on followed by 2 days off, and then you can repeat that and get a whole month done. Whereas with Alpha Brain, they say you can take it 30 days straight. This makes sense. With Qualia Mind's ingredients, they want to ensure that you are not building any tolerance to it and you get some time to reset yourself. With some of the ingredients, they will work better as you take them for more days, like as you use them consecutively. There's a little bit of a build-up effect. And there's some interesting anecdotes about this. I've noticed with Alpha Brain, some people seem to dislike it a week in, whereas after months of using it, they actually can feel it working and almost like a long-term memory improvement. And with Qualia Mind, similarly, you should feel a lot better in the last week you're taking it, especially because there's a lot of ingredients here which are really going to aid your energy levels. Where I see Alpha Brain maybe being appropriate is perhaps if you're a student. Let's face it, you're on a much lower budget and you're really looking for something to improve your memory, maybe help you with your work ethic a little bit. Plus, I don't think that having caffeine is too beneficial to take if you're a student. So that's where Alpha Brain can maybe be a good fit. But otherwise, the great news is with Qualia Mind, you can try it once, and if you don't like it, then you can get off of it. And of course, the way we're going to be comparing it is based on the serving size, which means 2 pills of the Alpha Brain formula and 7 pills of the Qualia Mind formula. If you're not good at taking pills, do keep that in mind. Qualia Mind's formula is 7 capsules, but that also means that if you don't want to take a full dose at the very beginning, maybe you want to assess your tolerance, you can just start off by taking 1, 2, 3, or 4 capsules. And what's so is the effective ingredients in Alpha Brain, they're already in Qualia Mind. So because of that, there's not like one thing I can point out better in Alpha Brain than Qualia Mind. Maybe it's the fact that in Alpha Brain they have L-tyrosine, whereas in Qualia Mind they have N-acetyl L-tyrosine. I've made a video on the differences between those two. I will link over here. But breaking down Alpha Brain ingredients first, they've got vitamin B6. This is going to support energy levels. That's great. Looking at their flow blend, we can see there's 650 milligrams total. This isn't good. The fact that they're not disclosing the actual dosages of each ingredient, they have it as a proprietary blend. Most consumers are smarter these days. We want to know what we're taking. We want to know if interactions can take place. Looking at it, L-tyrosine, that's great for focus, for concentration, even appetite suppression. L-theanine, that's going to make you relaxed, very calm, very present, and arguably more productive. Oat extract, that's one of the ingredients not found in Qualia Mind. It's really not going to do much, good for health generally, but nothing as far as a nootropic effect. And then they have phosphatidylserine. Phosphatidylserine, really good at reducing cortisol levels, similar to what ashwagandha does. It can help you with stress, help you with concentration, and really effective, especially if you're sleep deprived. These are great ingredients. They're especially potent ingredients, and that's the reason why 650 milligrams will actually make you feel something. The other ingredients, more so designed for general cognition, but think of Focus Energy as this flow blend over here. I think this is really good. Think of cat's claw as a supplement that's used to improve your immune system, help you with sickness, even help with bone health. It's not too commonly taken as a nootropic. I'm not sure why they added it to this formula. Looking next on the supplement fact, we have the On It Focus blend, which contains alpha GPC. That's a choline source, really good for like mental energy. They've got bacopa extract, but it's only a dose of 100 milligrams. That is used to improve your memory. It's also good at fighting stress, it's called an adaptogen. I'm personally taking bacopa mineari. I'm taking like 300 milligrams twice per day. And then they have huperzine A, which is a safe yet not really effective ingredient. Some people report good experiences with thinking and learning by taking huperzine A, but I've not personally noticed anything from it. And lastly, they have the fuel blend. These are just a couple ingredients which can help with energy and perhaps help with the absorption of the nootropics. Now let's take a look at the supplement facts for Qualia Mind. And like I mentioned, this does actually contain caffeine, whereas the Alpha Brain formula does not contain caffeine. This is good in the sense that caffeine does have cognitive benefits across memory, across learning, especially when it comes to mood and alertness and things even like hand-eye coordination. However, this makes it such that you probably wouldn't want to use Qualia Mind too close to bed. I would say morning, maybe early afternoon, that's it. Otherwise, it'll negatively affect your sleep quality. Taking a look at these 28 ingredients, I can share with you that they've done a good job formulating this product so it's such that you can use it for different purposes. Work where you're sitting behind a desk, work where you're mixing and mingling, you're networking, or even if you're using it for workout purposes. This is really going to give you a good energy boost. Looking at the vitamins, vitamin C, D3, they've got thiamine, niacin, vitamin B6, B12, and they've got pantothenic acid. With niacin, just be mindful, some people do not respond too well to it. They get these hot flashes. This is great. Don't get too freaked out by the fact that they're including doses which are a lot more than your daily recommended intake. Like for example, vitamin B12, they have 42,000% more than the recommended daily amount. But what's so is this is pretty common across workout blends, energy products, and nothing really that I'd be too concerned about. I've been taking vitamin B12 products for years and only good experiences as far as energy, never really had any sort of bad reactions to it. I won't go through all the ingredients, but I've done that in this video breaking down Qualia Mind here. I'll highlight some of my favorites and some of the more popular ones, first being acetyl L-carnitine. This is an amino acid which better helps to utilize fat for fuel. So our bodies are generally very efficient at utilizing carbs, also known as glucose, for fuel. And with acetyl L-carnitine, what's so is it's supposed to efficiently use fat for fuel, which usually means better mood, a better focus, and more endurance. They've got bacopa mineari. Like I mentioned, it is contained in the Alpha Brain product. Bacopa is, in my opinion, the best nootropic you could take for improving your memory, short-term memory, long-term memory, even thinking. It also helps with stress. So I was looking for something to help me with stress, and then I suddenly noticed, wow, my memory's better. And this is great. They have 300 milligrams contained. They also have rhodiola rosea, which is really good for fighting fatigue and helping you have like long work days. I really like taking some rhodiola rosea right in the afternoon where I'm a little bit fatigued. It helps me with focus, and it really does feel like a nap in a pill. So 300 milligrams is a good dose, and that's the dose that is pretty much common across supplement brands. Why it wasn't included in Alpha Brain, I have no idea, as the stuff is relatively inexpensive compared to other nootropics. Next we have N-acetyl-L-tyrosine, which is responsible for aiding your focus, a little bit more energy, also helps with appetite suppression and fighting stress. And this is a pretty low dose, but it is fairly potent. You can say more potent than L-tyrosine, 250 milligrams. They have taurine. Taurine is really good for fighting anxiety, especially anxiety that is induced from taking stimulants like caffeine. So mixing caffeine and taurine, this is pretty common, especially in energy drinks. They have L-theanine at 200 milligrams. Like I mentioned with Alpha Brain, this is a nootropic responsible for calmness, relaxation. Where I think L-theanine is great is it allows you to be relaxed, yet it doesn't make you any less productive. Whereas some nootropics, you feel too relaxed, you almost get fatigued or tired, and this is only going to aid your performance for the most part. There's benefits with working out. There's quite a number of studies that do demonstrate L-theanine is very powerful for cognition. And then we have two forms of choline, which is super. They have alpha GPC and they have acetylcholine, also known as CDP choline. I've personally found that when I supplement with choline, during the end of the day, I'm almost as sharp as I am in the morning, depending on how much I take. So I think this is great. They have good doses of that. They have velvet bean seed extract, also known as mucuna pruriens. This is going to be responsible for increasing your dopamine levels, which means more energy, a better feeling of like the tasks which you're executing are going to lead to a reward. But I personally don't believe anybody should be taking velvet bean every single day, as it's pretty strong at improving your dopamine levels and most people just really don't need it. And then they have phosphatidylserine, which is going to reduce cortisol levels. It's going to help you especially work under a stress state or if you're sleep deprived. My experience with phosphatidylserine is such that when I'm sleep deprived, one thing is my memory just really doesn't work, but phosphatidylserine makes it such that my memory is like working how it normally is, assuming I'm well rested, well hydrated, and well fed, and even exercise. And the rest of the nootropics are at pretty low doses, 5 milligrams to up to 80 milligrams. Nothing really worth pointing out in my opinion. And overall, I would say that this is what makes Qualia Mind far better. But looking at the cost, you have to decide which is best for you as far as investing in yourself. But my favorite is Qualia Mind. If you do browse online for side effects or bad reactions, it's more common with Alpha Brain. And who knows, maybe this is because people who are taking Alpha Brain are generally less knowledgeable about nootropics to begin with, and people who are taking Qualia Mind, maybe they've already tried a number of nootropics and they have an idea as far as what can make them act adversely. From my experience with both nootropics, the one side effect I had is like low energy if I took it fasted. So that's something you want to be mindful of, especially for those of you that may be practicing intermittent fasting. You may feel a little bit off if you do take this during your fasting window, especially if you're not hydrated and you don't have electrolytes in your system. Both are great in the morning as well as in the afternoon. You can take them with a meal or you can take them without a meal. Both of them are going to be pretty effective either way. And some of the nootropics you can say are fat soluble, therefore they would do better with a meal. This hasn't been my experience. I really don't think it matters much. I would just say to ensure that you're not taking them too close to bed, as it will make you stay awake. And of course, you can take smaller serving sizes, like with Alpha Brain, you can take 1 pill. With Qualia Mind, you can just take a few pills, but I wouldn't recommend this. I would say you're not gonna get the whole experience of the nootropic blend. If you are gonna give it a shot for a solid month, and then you can best decide if it's something which you want to keep in your stack. And I really hope you found this information helpful. Do subscribe if you haven't already. What's your favorite nootropic blend of these two? Comment below. Is it Qualia Mind or is it Alpha Brain? And I will look forward to seeing you all next time. Take care, guys.